People just want to party. It's just a vibe. Nobody want to stand up in a party and listen to people spit all day.
Hi guys, it's Kyan from NME and I'm in conversation with Shenseea.
Shenseea.
You have an album on the way soon.
Yes, I'm excited.
Very excited. I'm excited too. So it's called Alpha. And I was wondering, why did you call it Alpha?
One, because, Alpha is like, most people take it as number one, right? It's my very first album. And I feel like it goes with my personality, which is I am a strong person, dominant, and I'm a leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because also alpha means like leading the pack and stuff. And I really think for like dancehall right now, you have been leading the pack for quite a bit, for a couple of years.
That's also another reason, but I didn't want to say,
Yeah, and listening to Alpha, it's got a more eclectic sound than what people would probably think of you. Like there's a bit of Afro swing on there, there's a bit of reggae on there, there's a bit of like, trappier sounds, R&B sounds. And I wanted to know, why is it so eclectic?
I feel like the reason behind that is because I want to, since it's my first, I feel like I should showcase it all, and put it more of an experiment. It's my very first album, so I don't know what to expect. And I'm not going to be perfect at formulating the best album since it's my first. So it's like I'm really just experimenting on other songs that I feel like are the best, that brings out different sides of me. I just put them on the album in a compilation.
What's one of your favorite songs off the album?
All of them are my favorites because that's the reason why they're on the album, because they're literally like my faves. You feel me? But yeah, all of them, because all of them are so different. It's like you can't even put one against the other. Every one of them is like different vibes: Afro, pop, R&B, dancehall, reggae, hip hop. So it's pretty much like there's one of everything.
Yeah,
it's hard to choose a fave.
And so do you have any stories from making the album?
I've been working on it since 3 years now. And even before I released the pre-order, I've been adding new songs to the album because I've just been constantly working and wanting the album to be the best it can be. Really much where it comes on to like direction, like storytelling, no, because I feel like I always tell stories in my songs regardless. So I feel like it was just me just being myself throughout the whole album. It's just that other people are gonna get to see different sides of me that they have never seen or heard of.
You have those like really cool features on the album. Includes 21 Savage, Tyga, who you obviously collaborated with your first single on Interscope. We'll talk a bit more about that. And then like legends like Beanie Man and Sean Paul. I wondered, how was it like getting these people on the album, as well as like, why those people on the album?
Honestly, I feel like it's just a vibe thing, I feel like for Beanie Man's song, I literally wanted him on that. Every song that I have with a feature, I wanted them on it, and I got them. Literally that. Like I hear this artist reach out, and they said yes, and they did it. So it's like I've just been praying to God and be like, yo, this feels like something for this artist. And just so comes to happen that it worked out always, all the time. I didn't pay for any features on my album, so that's to show you. It's God.
How's it like being on Donda?
It's a different experience. I've actually done like 5 or 6 songs on Donda, and 2 made the cut. And I was expecting either none or 1, to be honest. So it really blew my expectations away. And Kanye has really been such a gem. He treating us with respect. He's a very good mentor, somebody very inspirational. Trust me, he's cool, down to earth, love him.
Especially for you wanting to diversify your sound and such. Kanye is like one of the perfect people to ask for advice for that.
Yeah, now he brought it out too, because I feel like that's the reason he put me on both songs, because one is showcasing like my rap and DJ style, while the other is showcasing singing.
When it comes to dancehall especially, sometimes people forget that you can be really lyrical.
Yeah. I mean, dancehall, I don't think so. But across the world, maybe. But I feel like the dance people in dancehall knows what I'm about. It's just sometimes I don't be killing my official songs with too many bars because sometimes people just want to party. It's just a vibe. Nobody want to stand up in a party and listen to people spit all day.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's why I try to mix it up. But it's good to pop in sometimes and remind them.
There's space for like the salaciousness of dancehall, but like it to be mixed with hip hop. Do you think that's going to really be like the next vibe or the next thing?
That's actually going to be the next thing for me. If they want to take it up and do it also, then I have no problem with that because I feel like, why not? We should, we should because we can.
Yeah.
Like people love our culture, but it's like, I don't think you can go big and worldwide if they can't understand what you're saying. And people are going to consume it less when they can't understand. You feel me? So if you mix that same flavor so other people around the world can understand, then trust me, it will be one of the top genres.
Why are you in love with bars, and like where did your lyrical skills come from?
I never used to write, but somebody when I was on Facebook, like they always tuned into my covers that I did. And they're like, yo, why don't you try and write your own song? And I said, you know what? The last time I tried writing a song was in 8th grade. I'm going to try again for real. And I tried and tried and tried and tried until it turned into ciphers, until it turned into songs, So, but that's how I developed my writing skills. But Vibes Cartel has definitely been the biggest inspiration to me when it comes down to lyricism.
Every day on Twitter, every time I go on, because I follow the little Vibes Cartel topics thing. So every time I go on, I always see Addy is the best lyricist in the world. Because I feel like he really was smart with everything he said. And I feel like that's why he's tapped into the hearts of like a whole generation and has inspired a whole generation.
Mm-hmm. He's great. He's the greatest to me.
And then you had him on Lodi. So how would that have felt?
I mean, it felt good because I always said I wanted a song with Vibes Cartel, but I didn't want to be in like a gang, like the Empire. But I would love to have a song with him, and everything I say that I want, speak it into the atmosphere and pray to God. That's exactly what I get. A little spoiled child from God.
I mentioned that you did Blessed with Tyga, and that was your first release on Interscope, which you're happily signed to right now. How is it like releasing Blessed in that being like your first international hit in a sense?
I mean, it was different because, that was my first song that I did the blend with my accent and to make people in America understand it. So I cut that song like 10 different times. But in the end, it was worth it because I still feel like it's still, even up until now, has not reached its apotheosis. I feel like it got such a long way to go. And that's why I made sure to put it on the album, So Tyga is definitely on 2 songs now on my album, but I feel like he's going to be one of those artists that I have such good chemistry with. It doesn't even can even do a mixtape together or another album together. You feel me? So that's the vibe I'm getting from me and Tyga now since we started out first, and now he's still here supporting me. So I have to shout him out that.
How is it like now being signed, and also that transition from being an underground but still international artist to now being put on big platforms,
But I mean, like, I feel like everybody on my label has been waiting for this moment now, with my album being released right around the corner. Like, we've been waiting for so long. So they've been with me from the start, and I feel like now we are just family. I have no problems with Interscope. I feel like we have a very good relationship with everybody on the team, So I'm fortunate in that sense because I've seen so many artists come online and bash labels and all that. I don't have that problem now, and I'm thankful to God. And I'm happy with the people who are on my label that I work with because it's very important. When you're comfortable as an artist with people who surround you, then you produce the best results.
What would you say to those naysayers who are saying that you're losing your Jamaicanness?
That's impossible. Even if I tried, it would not happen. Like once I open my mouth, I'm a Jamaican. But I feel like people are not open to change until they see that something works. So as an alpha, I am open to putting myself out there and exercising my passion and see what else I got in me than to just keep whatever I got going on lock and just sit in one space for the rest of my life. Like, I'm just 25. Like, I have so much more to accomplish, and I feel like mixing it up and doing something different is what life is about. I don't want to be stuck doing the same thing every single day, you know? And at the end of the day, what I'm doing now is putting me on a path to achieve my biggest goal, which is to become an international pop star. So if now it's just literally just the beginning, honestly. But once I get way up to the top, you're going to see everybody be like, oh my God, she did it. She's our girl. We love her. We would die for her. Trust me. So at the end of the day, you just got to follow your mind and follow your heart and know that one, it's your life and you cannot live for other people. I started this journey by myself and others supported me. I'm not just going to be doing music because people are supporting me. I'm always going to do it because I feel like it's right and I feel like this is what I want to do, and who support me will. Who won't. I feel like that's just life, When I step on the scene, nobody supported me. But when the songs start coming in, everybody starts to support me. It's going to be the same thing on this international market. It's going to be the same thing. No, it's literally, I'm starting over from scratch.
Is that annoying though, to start from scratch?
No, it's risky, but it is. It's risky, but I'm willing to take that risk because I know that I'm betting on myself. So I would definitely go really, really hard. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's what I want. So it's like, if I spend the rest of my life doing one thing, I'm going to feel so unhappy with myself because I did not get to achieve what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And that's going to be an unhappiness that I have to live with myself with for the rest of my life, while others are out there living their lives. That's why I still got to be focused and keep a tunnel vision to be like, yo, regardless who is not a fan of me right now or who will become a fan of me, my goal is still the same.
I wanted to ask, have you made the full move to America now?
No, I live in Jamaica as well still. I don't think I can ever move from Jamaica.
You're really stuck to where you're born.
Yeah. I'm all over. I travel a lot and I stay a lot of different places, but I also still have home in Jamaica.
Being a mother and such as well, how is it juggling the traveling and being and trying to work towards being the big pop star that you're going to be, as well as being a mom?
I look forward to both ends. So I look forward to go and chase my dream, and then when I'm done, I look forward to coming back home to my son. And if it gets too hectic, then I just bring my son with me anywhere I go. Really and truly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind at all.
Because I was watching your Instagram story today when you was talking about, something, and he was there and he was being like, Mummy, right, Mum, just do it. You've got to do this interview.
Yeah.
And I just so cute. I think if I was a mum and I had him as my son, I would be able to conquer the world too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very supportive and he's chirpy, He's happy. He's a happy kid. He's a good kid.
I think he's really the comic relief that you need in your life.
Yes. He makes me laugh a lot. Not for real. He's really funny.
How do you feel about dancehall becoming the new normal or becoming the new mainstream sound?
I mean, why wouldn't I be happy? It's my home genre. You feel me? I'm just here to as an advocate to help push it, lift it up for other generations to come. Yeah. So it's definitely one of my goals to put dance on a different level musically. You feel me? Jamaica, I should say, on a different level musically. Because, we have Usain Bolt for athletics and Shelly and all of that. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a female that does it for Jamaica in the music aspect. So I'm looking forward. It's what I'm doing right now.
But do you ever have any like reservations that might get diluted down when it goes pop?
No, not really. Because as I said, I mix it with everything. So I
Mm-hmm.
mix my dancehall with my pop. I mix my dancehall with rap,
Mm-hmm.
R&B. You're always gonna hear a bit of dancehall in me because at the end of the day, I started out as a dancehall artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and I'm from Jamaica, so I'm gonna bring it everywhere I go.
Who are some of your musical influences?
I had a couple Vibes Cartel, as I said before, Michael Jackson, Rihanna, and a lot more.
And what is it about all of them that makes Shenseea? What did you learn anything from any of them? You said Vibes Cartel really helped you with your lyricism.
My attitude and my flavor. Watching her when I grew up, it's like how she doesn't really respond to negativity and doesn't waste time, throwing stones at everybody who's throwing stones at her. It's like I think I learned that from her because that's how I am now. If I answer something, it's now to me, it's like because I want to start something. But it's never because it affects me ever, because it really doesn't. And it's hardly too. So if I ain't got nothing going on for a long time, then maybe I'm gonna just get up and adjust something just because.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Whitney, for her, to me, is like her vocal range, because I love to sing out loud that nobody hears yet either, but definitely gonna get a taste of that on the album as well. So yeah, I feel like I took from each of them to formulate myself and my sound.
Yeah. Rihanna and Whitney.
Rihanna, Whitney,
Mm-hmm.
and Vibes Cartel, Nicki
Mm-hmm.
Minaj as well.
Mm-hmm. How is it like being on like festival lineups and now performing to the biggest crowds ever? I think the last time you was in the UK and did a performance was 2019.
I'm excited to come back.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to come back to a even bigger, at least like 5-10 times the crowd that was there to support you in the first place. So
But
you're really excited for that.
yeah, I am. I
Yeah.
am actually.
How does it feel being on these headlines for festivals with these huge names and being in the same caliber of these people, as well as promoters taking a chance on you, knowing that you'll bring in big crowds as well?
I mean, as I said, it's just a starting. So that's where I'm at right now. I wouldn't say I would ever put myself in the same category as others who are, at the top, because I'm not there yet.
Mm.
So it's like where I am right now, and for people who are also going to come out to see the headliners, I get to introduce myself to them. It's more like a promotion to me to
Mm-hmm.
get to go. So I'm just here literally just putting in the work. The bigger the crowd is, the more excited I am, because who don't know me will get to know me after my performance.
Also, what was like the first moment that made you think music can be forever? Music can be your day job?
When I found out I could sing at an early age, like 5, 6, 7, thereabout, that's when I said I want to be an international artist. And that was when I felt like it was my destiny, and I still feel it up until this day. So
Yeah, but is there a moment where you was like, oh, I'm gonna go big time, like your first taste of success in a way?
no song has ever inspired me to say that, oh, I see it now that I'm gonna be a superstar. I felt that. I
Mm,
know that within myself. I
mm,
don't need reassurance from somebody else or a song, because I feel it ever since I was young. You feel me?
yeah.
So it's just for me now to just execute.
Mm-hmm.
I already know in myself that I'm gonna be big. I'm gonna be this type of person. I know what I want. I know who I am and what I want to be and what
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna become. I feel like people just started taking me seriously.
Mm,
I did Shenyang Anthem.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ludi was the first one that put me on more of like an introduction, but Shenyang Anthem really solidified my position.
I wanted to know like your admiration for your fans. How's it like having the Shenyans as a fan base?
They're so supportive, they're loving. I see like when people are cursing me online like they're backing me. I love to have that feeling because it's like majority of the time I do want to answer just because, but when I look, it's like they already got me. So I feel like that's why they also motivate me too, because I have fans who also tattoo Shenyang. So it's like if I ever feel overwhelmed, I just think about them and be like, yo, there is no way that I can allow myself to rest for too long, because if I have people who are counting on me. I have a whole movement. Like I gotta keep going no matter what.
How was it like growing up in Jamaica? And just if you want to tell me a little bit more about your upbringing and how you discovered music at 5 or 6.
It was really fun growing up for me. I moved around so much. It's like I got to deal with so many different personalities from different people. I feel like everything that I've been through growing up has prepared me for my destiny, for the type of person I'm going to become, the type of person who I am. I was brought up with good principles, taught how to be respectful and how to speak to other people, how to deal with other people, just like on the same level and not get caught up in the hype, focus on long term and what matters. And, my aunts and my mom really portrayed like good traits for me to follow. And my aunt is actually the one who introduced me to music, because she would always be playing music so loud in the house. It's like, even if on a bad day, like I wouldn't have no other choice but to just listen. So that's when she would play all the escape music, the Usher, the Whitney, Michael Jackson. So she also helped me to find my love for music too.
What's next for you in Shenseea?
One, the album is next, but as far as after the album, we shall see. I have high hopes, but we shall see. I'm excited to see because I can see the future. So right now I'm just putting in the work and just going with the flow and going with God, and just hoping for the best and having faith.
Do you have any like big goals that you really want to achieve, or where do you see yourself in like a couple years time?
I want to be running the charts this year. And also, yeah, I'm hoping for my team to win the Grammy, and for DONDA, and movies, yeah, and merch, clothing, yeah.
So you want to be multi-talented, multifaceted, just big pop star.
Yes, and giving back as well in the midst of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for talking to me today.
Thank you for having me.